United are now going back to the Premier League. The job is done.
In 2025, Leeds United submitted plans for a £200 million redevelopment of Elland Road, marking the most ambitious transformation in the club's 100-year history. The project is set to begin in phases, starting with a complete rebuild of the West Stand, and if approved, it will push Elland Road's capacity past 50,000. And that's just the beginning, because this isn't just a football upgrade, it's a shift in strategy. Across the Premier League, clubs are rethinking what their stadiums can be. Tottenham turned theirs into a part-time NFL arena. Manchester City is building a Sky Bar, hotel, and an entertainment zone next to the Etihad. And Everton's new home on the Liverpool waterfront is already being marketed as a 365-day destination. Now Leeds wants in, and the Elland Road project isn't just chasing bigger matchday crowds. It's chasing a future where stadiums become business districts, nightlife zones, and cultural landmarks. So, what exactly are they building? And how does a historic ground like Elland Road compete in a world of billion-pound super stadiums? Let's find out. The man leading this transformation isn't just any investor, he's Parag Maratha, the chairman of Leeds United and a senior executive at the San Francisco 49ers, where he helped deliver Levi's Stadium, a venue built as much for Beyoncé and the Super Bowl as for football. Now backed by 49ers Enterprises, Maratha is spearheading a £200 million plan to completely overhaul Elland Road.
Is the ground something you guys are focused on as well?
Yes. We'll be talking about it in short order, but we do still want to go forward with the stadium expansion plans. There's been a lot of work behind the scenes over the last 8 months on it. I guess the only thing I'll say, somewhat tongue-in-cheek, is that a club's stadium is a temple.
First up, demolishing and rebuilding the West Stand, pushing capacity beyond 53,000, and laying the foundation for a stadium that functions 365 days a year. Because this isn't just about football. The plan includes expanded hospitality zones, corporate boxes, retail units, dining areas, and flexible event spaces designed to bring people in, even when Leeds United aren't playing. But to understand why Leeds is making this move, you have to look at what Elland Road has been and what it hasn't. It's hosted Premier League matches, England internationals, and Euro 96 games, but also concerts like Queen and U2, rugby league matches including the Challenge Cup, and even professional boxing bouts. The problem? These events were few and far between. Why? Because Elland Road wasn't built for them. Outdated acoustics, poor hospitality infrastructure, limited transport access. The kind of facilities that struggle to meet the needs of global artists or sponsors looking for luxury suites and plug-and-play setups. And in the modern game, that's a problem. Clubs like Tottenham, Arsenal, and Manchester City have reimagined their stadiums as multi-purpose money machines, raking in tens of millions from concerts, conferences, and corporate bookings. Leeds, still sitting closer to £20 million in matchday revenue. And under financial fair play, that's the difference between pushing for Europe or settling for mid-table. So, what exactly are they building, and how does it all come together? At the heart of this transformation is the West Stand, the oldest part of Elland Road, and soon the most radically changed. This won't just be a renovation, it's a full teardown, with the 1970s structure being demolished and replaced with a multi-tiered, acoustically optimized, tech-enabled stand that could add over 15,000 seats on its own.
But it will see Elland Road going from 37,600 up to 53,000 seats.
The new structure will include 5 levels of seating, topped by a modern barrel-shaped roof, engineered not just for coverage, but for atmosphere. Architects KSS, the same firm behind Liverpool's main stand and Tottenham's training centre, have designed it to feel imposing yet intimate, bringing fans closer to the pitch while scaling up capacity. And it doesn't stop with seats. Beneath those tiers, the club is introducing a full suite of premium hospitality offerings, including panoramic lounges, executive dining rooms, and modern corporate boxes. Parag Maratha has described the vision as a hospitality experience that brings the magic of Elland Road to a whole new audience, without compromising what makes it special. These facilities are being designed not just for match days, but for conferences, banquets, and year-round corporate use.
even everything that we want to do, we want to expand the stadium, but we don't want to take away from the authenticity of that temple.
According to internal projections, a single corporate box could pull in between £50,000 and £200,000 per season. Multiply that across dozens of units. And Elland Road isn't just scaling up, it's stepping into direct commercial competition with the likes of Tottenham and Arsenal. But it's not just for sponsors and suits. The redevelopment will also include a new club museum, a revamped megastore, and expanded public concourses. Murata has also hinted at a dedicated fan zone outside the stadium, featuring live music, match screenings, food markets, and community activations. As he put it, "We want Elland Road to be alive 7 days a week, not just for 19 home games a year." This is a stadium being reimagined as a shared space for fans, families, tourists, and locals alike. Something that's never existed on site until now. And while the West Stand is the focus, the North Stand is also in line for expansion in a later phase, bringing Elland Road closer to a 56,000 to 60,000 seat future. If the East Stand is eventually redeveloped too, we're talking a potential 70,000 capacity stadium. That would place Elland Road right alongside the Etihad, the Emirates, and even Anfield in size. But here's what makes it different. It's not being built from scratch. It's being woven into the heart of a working-class neighborhood, Beeston, and reshaped to serve more than just football fans. Matchday becomes one part of the story. The rest? Music festivals, trade expos, esports, boxing, school tours, conferences, weddings, anything that can fill the space and keep the lights on. A century-old stadium is about to become something closer to a civic center, but pulling it off won't be easy. For all the excitement, this isn't just a stadium upgrade. It's a city-building project, one that stretches far beyond the stands, and according to plans submitted in 2025, the Elland Road redevelopment is intended to act as a catalyst for wider regeneration in South Leeds. Leeds City Council has laid out a vision for up to 2,000 new homes, improved green space, retail development, and civic facilities, all built around the stadium footprint. They're calling it a once-in-a-generation opportunity of national significance. But that kind of transformation brings risk and a long to-do list. The first hurdle? Construction. The rebuild will happen in phases, meaning Elland Road will remain a working stadium throughout. Leeds will need to host home matches while tearing down one of its most important stands, without compromising safety, sightlines, or atmosphere. Temporary capacity reductions will be unavoidable. Fixture scheduling will need to be precise, and the legendary Elland Road intensity. That can't afford to vanish, especially if promotion to the Premier League is on the line. Then comes the question of funding. Even with the 49ers' deep pockets, £200 million doesn't appear overnight. As Parag Marat put it, "We've done the groundwork, lined up the architects and designers, and now we're finalizing the structure. But this has to be done the right way, not the rushed way." The club has been clear. The project must comply with financial fair play, meaning stadium-generated revenue, especially hospitality, will be critical to financing the expansion sustainably. And while local government is fully behind the project, the expectations are sky high. Council leader James Lewis has stated the redevelopment will deliver homes, jobs, and major leisure opportunities for South Leeds. West Yorkshire Mayor Tracy Brabin echoed the sentiment, calling the stadium the cultural juggernaut we need to drive investment and growth. But those promises now come with political pressure. So yes, the ambition is clear. But for now, Leeds must navigate a minefield of logistics, finance, and expectation before a single brick is laid. If Leeds United pulls this off, Elland Road won't just be bigger, it'll be reborn. A stadium open 7 days a week, a cultural hub embedded in the heart of Beeston, a venue that doesn't just host football matches, but music festivals, trade expos, esports, and community events. That's the goal. But Leeds isn't alone in chasing that future. Tottenham Stadium now hosts NFL games and international concerts. Manchester City is building a hotel, sky bar, and fan district next to the Etihad. Everton's new Riverside ground is designed from the ground up to be a 365-day destination. Even Manchester United, after years of delay, is preparing a £2 billion stadium master plan. As Parag Maratha put it, "You can't stay still in modern football. Not on the pitch, not in the boardroom, and certainly not with your infrastructure. The 49ers aren't just upgrading a stand. They're trying to build the foundation for a modern club that can compete financially, socially, and culturally. Mayor Tracy Brabin sees it the same way. She called Elland Road a cultural juggernaut, a project with the potential to drive long-term economic growth across South Leeds. Council leader James Lewis went further. This is about creating a stadium and a city that works for future generations. But nothing's guaranteed. Success will require flawless coordination between club, council, fans, and financiers. It will need community trust, political support, and patience. Because while a super stadium can unlock new possibilities, it can also expose old weaknesses. Will Elland Road become the blueprint for a new era of football stadiums? Or is this a bold gamble with no guarantee of return? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stadium stories right here on the channel.